I want to apologize because I meant to go over this today, completely slipped my mind. I think I was going to hit it at the top of class, and I didn't. So I wanted to make sure that I go over the instructions for your in-depth exploration presentation, which these are gonna start next week. So I want to make sure everybody feels prepared and like they know what they're doing. These instructions are located in week 7. So you'll see them there. This is what I have here is exactly what you'll see there. I just wanted to describe it and kind of go through it with you a little bit and make sure you feel good. And if you have any questions, you can always send those to me as well. So the idea behind the assignment is I want you to think about something that has interested you so far in this course. It could be a time period that was interesting to you. It could be an area of the humanity. Maybe you really like photography. Maybe you really enjoy architecture. Or maybe it's a particular artist that you like. Maybe it's a particular culture you're interested in. Whatever that is, I want you to be able to feel like you can explore that. And I want you to feel like you are the expert and you're telling us about this topic that you're interested in. So what I'm wanting you to do, each person is going to need to create a PowerPoint to accompany their presentation. People are visual, and so they need to see something. So you can do a PowerPoint on the whatever you've chosen to do. It could be I'm going to do it on Ansel Adams, the photographer, or I'm going to do it on hula dancing, or I'm going to do it on Renaissance painting, or maybe a particular painter, Da Vinci, something like that. So you can think through what that's going to be. I would suggest that you make it as specific as possible because I think it'll help. You only have a short amount of time here. Let's see, 2, 5, 7, 8 minutes tops. So probably between 6 and 8 minutes. So you're going to need to use that time well. So what I'm wanting you to do is first present an introduction. This should be about 1 to 2 minutes. And make sure whatever art you're going to be discussing, you put that into your PowerPoint. If you're looking at an artist, that's great. Give us some introductory information about the artist. This is the place in the introduction to cite important information. Aim for at least 10 facts that will help give us context about that artist or about that period or culture. So this is a great place to use resources. Then you are going to engage in a criticism or an analysis. Every single person is going to do this no matter what you're looking at. So if you're looking at something broad like a specific culture, then I want you to pick one example of art from that culture to criticize or to analyze. Okay, so everyone needs to do this. This is the most important part of your presentation. You're going to take us through descriptive, analytical, and evaluative criticism. So first, descriptive, you're going to take 2 to 3 minutes to describe the piece of art that you chose. This is where you're going to talk about artistic form. So you can use the elements of painting as a guideline or that handout that I gave you of how to look at art. Reread the chapter for your genre that you chose very carefully. Make sure you're using the terminology and concepts from your text to describe the work. So describe this to your audience very carefully. Then, secondly, you're going to take 1 to 2 minutes to move into analysis. Now that you've described it to us, how do those details work together to make content or meaning? So, for example, if a painting makes a male figure prominent and well lit, and the women around him are shadowy and secondary, what does that mean? So you're going to kind of move from describing and into analysis. Lastly, you're going to take a quick minute at the end to evaluate your work. Is the work art, do you feel? Is it not art? Why or why not? Does it require a participation? Remember to be using those perceptive criteria, the 4 perceptive criteria. Is there content or meaning present? In your opinion, is the art valuable or worth viewing based on your analysis? So again, this should be between 6 and 8 minutes. You should have a PowerPoint to accompany you. You should be using references for your introduction. But during this criticism part here, I really don't want you to be using resources. this is really your chance to describe and analyze for yourself. So I have that down here. Consult at least 2 resources for your introductions section, and you can parenthetically cite your information. Your criticism should be your own. Do not consult sources here. I want you to practice slowing down, looking closely, and analyzing what you see. Pose yourself as the expert of this topic and the work of art. Be well read. Be prepared to share in case anyone has a question. And then practice ahead of time because it needs to be between 6 and 8 minutes long. And I will cut you off at 8 minutes so we can stay on time. So make sure you practice. And if you have any questions about this assignment, please let me know. And you will just need to email me your PowerPoint the night before so that I can have it ready to go. Any questions, I will be happy to answer. Thanks, guys.